And we're live. Hi everyone, hi, I'm ALL the Cryptic Hybrid. Welcome to today's live stream. It's Friday, yes, it's finally freaking Friday, November 24, 2017, and we're gonna play this game right here. This is called Just One Line, and it's a fantasy role-playing game. It's a text-based game for the most part, where you play an adventurer, you create your own adventurer, and you go in this magical world, and you have to kind of prove yourself, basically. You have to prove yourself, you have to do all sorts of missions for all sorts of characters, you gotta fight monsters, hopefully survive, get some gold, get some better gear, learn some new spells or something, depending on, you know, what type of character you want, and basically try to become famous and rich and revered, I guess. And after you die, then you'll do it all over again because it's cool, and you get to play other adventures and make different choices. Now, let's go here. Let's load this part. So, Just One Line is a game that's out. It's out in early access, so it's not finished yet. The developers, ALL Studios, are still working on it, but they've released quite a few updates with, you know, more content, with some balancing, new quests, new locations, items. There's going to be Steam Workshop support coming too, so, you know, if you want to make your own adventures. Now, as I mentioned, the game is out in early access. It was launched on July 10th, and it's $10 a euro, $9.99 as usual. It's available for Windows and Linux, and also very important, it has a demo out. So if you want to try it and, you know, see how it feels before, you know, making a purchase, then check out its Steam page. There's a link in the description below if you want to try it out. Alright, let's go right in and play. So here we get to do our character, to make our character, and he can be, well, multiple races. Technically there's 4 races, but I have not unlocked the other races yet. Just see, they're all locked. The human is not locked, but everything else is locked. So the elf is locked, dwarf is locked, and orc is locked. So we're gonna have to stay with the human, and he looks kind of not very, well, that's a little too pasty for me. That's way too white. Like, come on. Or is it? Yeah, let's leave it like this. Let's put some hair on him. Some adventurer's hair, like something really that sets a statement. Wait, what's this one? No. No. Come on. This one, more Geralt of Rivia, and definitely some facial hair. So he's really rugged. Oh, that's I like this one. Let's change the color. He's yeah, sure. Let's leave it like this. Okay. So he's going to be a commoner. Fishermen, farmers, fishermen, woodcutters, bakers, not quite a heroic background. So basically the idea is that you can choose the background of your character. And right now, I think I only have the commoner, and I think I can, wait, stonecutter, no, this one's locked, yeah, they're all locked, they are all locked, except the commoner one. You can unlock new backgrounds along the way. Okay, so I'm gonna leave him like that, and I can choose, let's see, so what should we major him in? Power, wit, or cunning? Let's go for power. He's more of a warrior, let's say. You only get 1 point to spread around, so yeah, I put down power. And of course you can make mages and stuff, whatever. Alright, so see, immersive mode. The game won't display any metadata, but you will be able to send your characters to the online leaderboards. You know what? I don't really need to send them to online leaderboard, so I'd rather get this because it gives me more info about the quests, so it's a little bit easier. Alright, so we're going, of course, to the tavern. That's the first place we're gonna go, and here we can find out what happened in the world. See, rain news, we can get missions, we can see our character and, you know, maybe change some things about him. See the statistics here. So he has 2 power, I guess. I see. I like it doesn't say. And let's see, renown 0 because nobody knows of me. Fame obviously 0, morality 0 because I haven't done anything, and honor 0. I do 2 damage and I have 3 hit points. And also, oh, you know what? Yes, since I have gold, let's buy some stuff. Let us buy, well, I guess a padded armor. So the padded armor will give me more health. Is going to increase my health and my power. Sure. Let's buy this one. And as a weapon, club, sickle, dagger, effective against beasts. I don't have any other. Oh, that's 45. Yeah, I need more cash. Let's go for the club. Yeah. Alright. So now our stats are like this. 3 damage, because I have the club. And that gives me 6 hit points. And that's about... Oh, and 3 power. Alright. So all we have to do now is start questing. So let's start questing. Let's see what's this one. Troubles with bandits. A group of bandits is pestering our village with impossible demands. So the reward is 250. It's simple difficulty, urgency medium, and the duration is 3 days. And I'm guessing that you won't get all of these information if you play in immersive mode. So, but I'm not playing in immersive mode. But you can try that and, you know, go on the leaderboards, obviously. Okay. So I really like that. Although the game is very much text-based, right? The developers made a map of this kingdom, this land where you know, where you exist, where you live, and you go from, you know, one location to another, and, you know, various locations will have various missions, so that's pretty cool. Alright, so you arrive to the village early in the morning. You talk to the old man, but he doesn't have any gold to offer. Wait, I was promised 250 gold. The Shield brothers of the fortress up on the hills don't want to send their warriors. They say they have more urgent matters to deal with at the moment. They've protected us for years. We don't know how to defend ourselves. Well, see? That's why they should learn to defend themselves. You know. Second Amendment. Don't abandon us. Cursing the old man, you leave his house thinking that you should help him anyway. Well, wait. Okay, so even if he doesn't have money, I could still get some reputation from helping, right? Probably the best way to help, you think, is by drinking a couple of beers. So you go on towards the tavern. After drinking, the long journey and the stress of having fought so much, really, you start to feel tired and you fall asleep on the counter. You're awakened by the frightened cries of the villagers who are running everywhere. A boy enters the tavern while saying, "The bandits are raiding the village! The bandits! Hide in the tavern with the others. No, get out and stop the attack. Let's try that." You reach the square where you see a tattooed man with long hair giving orders to his minions. You draw his attention and the man walks towards you, ready to fight. Talk with the chief. Let's talk to him. Your chit-chat doesn't impress the chief, who shuts you up by trying to crush your head. Luckily, you dodged the blow, but now a confrontation is inevitable. Okay, so we're gonna fight. And this one's a 3 skull fight, which means it's really difficult and bad and practically impossible. So I can either do a hard push and try my luck, and then let's run away. The chief is too strong. You retreat and stumble upon the corpse of a peasant. The chief laughs while you quickly get back on your feet and run away. Okay, you know what? Alright, so I lost some fame, but... Sorry. Yeah, I lost some fame, but I got some renown and some honor, apparently? And I lost points with the commoners, because I ran away from the fight. Alright, that mission was a bust. But I didn't want to, you know, die, obviously. We'll try something else. We'll find another mission. Oops. Let's see the bulletin. Bandits attack the villages of the kingdom. Exactly of a couple of days ago. That's a weird phrasing. A new village abandoned to its fate was raided and lost most of its possessions. We wonder why the king's soldiers, and the Shield brothers in particular, are not doing anything to protect our lands. The hounds cannot address the increasing requests to help anymore. Could it be that our king's governance is becoming weaker and weaker? Maybe it is. Maybe it's time for a new hero to rise up and take control of the kingdom. I should probably then marry the king's daughter or something. Alright, let's see another mission. Fist fights in the tavern. So, difficulty simple. I like a simple. Okay, so rascals and delinquents have been amassing in my tavern for several days, participating in clandestine brawls organized by a notable stonecutter dwarf. Ooh, they have a fight club. I need someone who can teach him a lesson or at least convince him to stop by any means necessary. They're wrecking my tavern. Your favorite host. P.S. Elven tequila shots for only 3 coin on Wednesdays. You know what? It's urgent and it's a simple difficulty, so let's just go. I mean, it's a small brawl in a tavern. How bad can it be? You know. Oh, it's nighttime now. We're just gonna go in there, talk to some people, talk to the dwarf, and you know, get this resolved without any confrontation, hopefully. A small crowd of yokels and scoundrels is gathered in the center of the inn. They've apparently knocked over tables and stools to make room for the 2 men brawling in the middle. They're making a mess. Well, yeah, because they're fighting. All around them, all sorts of people are cheering for one or the other, betting, rudely and annoyingly cursing and burping. Yeah, okay. 2 other men lying down try to recover from what seems to have been a sound beating on the ring. 2 more contestants, also quite drunk, you kinda have to be drunk, just began a new fight, rallying the people inside the inn even more. Judging by his apparel, one of them must be a stone cutter, a burly, middle-aged dwarf with fists as big as his head and clearly more devoted to fighting than commerce. The other is a young boy with pale skin and very dark hair, wearing a long robe definitely too wide for his skinny body. Maybe it's I guess a dwarf is fighting maybe an apprentice mage. Let's see. Intervene peacefully. Let's intervene peacefully. You use your brilliant diplomatic skills, also held by the high level of intoxication of the present crowd. Okay. Unfortunately, the crowd isn't interested in your words because they want to see a show. They probably didn't even hear you with all the uproar. The 2 contenders continue to fight. Let's go find the guards. Maybe the guards can stop the problem. You head to the nearest guard tower. When you arrive, you find 3 shield brothers, 2 of them dead. What? Dead? While the third, a skinny blonde kid, is in a confused state. He's soaked with the blood of his companions. Despite the blood and the darkness, you're able to ascertain he's a simple recruit just by looking at his uniform. Poor kid, not the best way to begin a military career. Wait. Ask what happened, yes. The kid doesn't seem to remember anything. He's babbling nonsense. Intimidate him for... Yeah, let's try to force a confession out of him. Maybe he killed him, I don't know. Probably not, though. The kid is still shocked. You terrorize him even more and he runs away. What? But he was supposed to be a shield bearer or whatever. Okay, let's go back to the inn. After all, it's none of your business. Well, okay, maybe this is my business if 2 guards in the tower are dead. That's not good omen. Alright, you return to the inn a little winded. Leave the tavern. No, offer yourself as an opponent against the dwarf. I'm gonna kick his ass. A large orc dressed as a pirate incites the crowd to bet on the contestants. Then counts to 3, beginning the match. 3, 2, 1, fight! This is like Mortal Kombat, except in text form. You carefully observe the dwarf's moves, trying to find the weak point. His abdomen is mighty and his center of gravity low. Hitting him in his stomach doesn't seem like a good idea. The stonecutter tends to hit with a right hook, leaving his left guard wide open. Furthermore, he drank quite a lot and doesn't seem too stable on his legs. Okay. So let's see. So hit him in the stomach, no, because that's not that good. Try to trip him. I could try that. Or... So he says that He's leaving his left guard wide open. So let's hit him with my right hook. Move to the side and unleash a right to his face. You manage to land a blow on his left side just as his guard was open. What a hit! Nice! The stonecutter is clearly having a hard time, but manages to get back on his feet. The dwarf advances, swinging blindly. He has to stop at every other punch to catch his breath. Aww, I have tired him good. Well, or me or the other fight. You also notice that he seems to be insistently looking at a jug of beer to your left. He must be thirsty. Make your move. So let's see. Strike first, trying to anticipate his moves. Wait for 2 punches and strikes. Well, I don't want him to punch me. Wait until he throws his first punch. Grab the mug of beer to your left and give it to the dwarf. Okay, let's be friendly. Maybe if we are friendly. Great idea. The drunk and thirsty dwarf didn't realize it's a trap. Oh, it wasn't. But it wasn't a trap. I just want to give him beer. Like, dude, chillax and talk to him. He comes towards you to grab the jug, but you hit him as hard as you can. Wow. I'm more devious than I expected. I'm starting to like how just one line, goes about things. Your adversary is exhausted, but tries one last desperate attack. He runs towards you, screaming and drooling like a rabid dog. Let's see. Try to dodge. Try to counterattack. Unleashing a blow with all your strength. Well, since he's running, I probably won't be able to dodge much. So let's try to hit him. What a great move! You dodge the rage-induced attack of the dwarf and respond with a hook to his jaw. The stonecutter, now bent over his knees, exhausted and aching, lowers his guard for good and gives up, asking to put an end to the brawl. Alright, I still haven't, done my mission though. You won this fight. The dwarf, now overwhelmed, won't be creating any more problems in the tavern. So I either speak to the man or follow speak to the dwarf or follow the young man. Well, let's speak to the dwarf. You ask why stonecutters become so quarrelsome in the tavern. The dwarf bluntly says he wanted to give a lesson to all the long-legged son of a guns he's met in the inn. His daughter wants to marry someone who belongs to the tall races, and he can't accept that. Only a dwarf, possibly a noble stonecutter, is worthy of my daughter. Okay. Extort the money from the winds. Huh. Well, they are kind of illegal fights, and I'm supposed to stop them, and if I stop them and I get some cash, why not? Get out of my way, lowlife. I won't give you anything. By the ancestors, be gone. What? You return to the center of the inn, thoughtful on what to do. I'm done here. I'm not going to follow the guy. You get close to the counter and the innkeeper timidly pops out of his hiding place. Oh, come on, what a pussy innkeeper. He just hides and that's it. Jesus. He's very happy that you solved the problem. Well, did I actually solve the problem? But, because I just fought and the guy who was maybe in charge of all the brawls there just got his ass kicked and, he paused for the night. But okay, I guess that was good. Ooh, nice. Thanks to you, the tavern is now safe from drunkards and scoundrels. Without the continuous brawling, the inn can go back to its tranquility and recover its respectable customers. What respectable customers? It's only drunkards. But anyway, so we got some renown, morality, -1. Well, that's fine. And I got 50 gold. 50 gold is nice. I like 50 gold. Let's see if we can. I don't think I can buy anything with 50 gold, but let's see. Maybe we can. What's this? The past night, 2 more shield brothers have been found dead. Oh, I found them, yeah. Most likely assassinated by the same organization that has been claiming innocent lives. The investigations continue tirelessly, trying to find a witness, a young recruit who's entered the Shield Brothers just recently, from which we have no news since the past night. Oh, so the guy who just ran away from me. Peace returns to the tavern. Okay, that's our doing. Now, with 70 gold... Well, with 70 gold I can't get much. I can't even get a ring or anything. I could get a drink, and that's... Let's see, you gain +1 power. Drinks bonuses last until the end of your next quest. Drinks and trinkets do not stack their bonuses. Huh. Okay, so then I'm not going to take any of those. And in terms of weapons, I can't really buy anything. Armor, nope. So let's take another mission. Let's see. Difficulty simple. Ooh, 200 gold. Okay. Unarranged marriage. I'm a respectable member of the Stonecutter's elite. I demand the intervention of an adventurer with a strong investigative skills. My daughter wants to marry a tall bean. Oh, it's the dwarf from the tavern. Okay, well, let's check out something else. Urgency low, urgency low, urgency low, and urgency medium, difficulty average. Okay, I'm not going to go there. Rats in the basement. The hounds are searching for a volunteer, that's not how you spell volunteer, to do a little routine job. We are too busy to take care of that at the moment. We would highly consider any help. This is the original message from old Rennie. Giant rats are infesting my basement and eating all my supplies. Please help me. Huh. So a beer at the inn and my gratitude. Who wants that? I don't want that. Okay. You know what? Since it's 200 gold, let's go for the dwarf marriage problem. Dwarves, you know. Dwarves and their crazy ways. Alright. How and you can see, you know, the camera pan to a different location. I really like this. That, you know, the land has many spots where you go during your missions. Okay. How exhausting you fought after climbing up the steps. Come on, don't pretend to be fit. You're out of breath. You managed to reach the main axis and get in. You find yourself in a huge, dark and crumbling hall. These ruins seem to have been abandoned for centuries. You try to catch sight of a figure among those big statues, something similar to a dwarf, but it is too dark to find your bearings. Okay. All of a sudden, you hear a sound like the scuttling of many feet. Tiny, 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 tiny feet. A multitude of small green lights blinking at you intermittently. You soon realize they're not lights, but eyes. A dreadful cave spider lunges closer, as black as pitch, as big as a dog, bristly hairs covering its massive body. The beast snaps its jaws and its legs twitch towards you. You pull out your weapon and prepare to face the creature. Okay, giant cave spider. So the cave spider is undamaged and ready to engage in combat. So the problem is that these are like 3 skulls. That makes it really difficult. So I'm just going to... And let's try one. Let's see what happens. The cave spider's battle keeps striking. So this was kind of like a free hit, the hard push, and you can do quite a bit of damage, but you know, it's one use per encounter. So let's attack. Hopefully, well, we'll see. Because when I strike, my enemy strikes, so you'll see my health go down. See, the cave spider has been defeated. You are victorious. Wow. Okay, that's cool. Nice. That was easy. That horrible spider isn't a real problem. You focus again on the huge hall, looking for the stonecutter. Okay. You start to suspect you got the wrong place, yet there's no other dwarvish underground city in the realm as far as you know. Suddenly you hear a whistle and you see a little flame burning from a corner to your right. You recognize the silhouette of a dwarf coming from a hole in the wall. But it's not just any dwarf, it's that thug you met at the tavern a while ago. Well, just yesterday, I guess. Adventurer, come here. You do as he bids, and he leads you down a narrow and crooked tunnel. You follow with some difficulty, a little breathless behind the dwarf, who's light and agile over the stone. Let's see. Ask him... Okay, let's ask him about the task. The dwarf stops for a moment to take a closer look at you. He recalls that you taught him a good lesson during the fight at the tavern. He's massaging his jaw like it still hurts from that day and smiles at you as if to tell you it's ancient history. I hope you'll teach just as good a lesson to that guy who wants to take my daughter away from me, the dwarf says, punching the air. Okay. With resignation, he explains the situation to you. We, the stonecutters, pass on our wealth from generation to generation. On the wedding day, as has been the tradition for centuries, the bridegroom receives a coffer filled to the brim with gold and jewels. For this reason, stonecutters want their sons and daughters to marry other dwarves, preferably from the Stonecutters Guild, so you can receive greater wealth in return. Wow. Who knew the dwarves were so materialistic, right? Well, actually they are. Kinda makes sense. They're very industrial, so... ask him... Let's see... Ask him why he hasn't tried to find out whom his daughter fancies for himself. Yeah, what does he need me? The dwarf replies that he has no intention of letting his daughter find out he's investigating her. She'd be furious. You know how teens are. I guess? I'm not the father, sorry. He adds that his daughter must never see the two of you together, or she would suspect that he has hired you to persuade her to marry a dwarf. Ah, so he wants me to do the thing, but okay. But he doesn't want the daughter to find out. Let's see... Okay, ask what kind of husband he wants for his daughter. He'll be a dwarf for certain, I swear it on my ancestors. My Brenna is stubborn, says she's in love with one of those bean poles. Down here we call them tall beans. In a less respectful way, obviously. It is a man of an elf. Though, I don't know. Wait, if it's a man of an elf though... Oh, or an elf. I don't know. Okay, so it could be either a man or an elf. The guy, who's well, I guess in a relationship with his orc, or with his dwarven daughter. Okay, let's follow him. After walking several meters to the tunnel in the dark, only the light of dwarf's torch to guide you, the landscape opens up in front of you, revealing a town built into the stone of a huge cavern. Magnificent, isn't it? The dwarf smiles. Anyway, my name is Tordun. Tordun, whatever. Torder? Whatever. He nods. Okay. Great stone buildings lie before you, with intricate designs and colonnades surrounded by more modest stone structures that are linked by twisted ramps and suspended over streets sustained by round arches. The square is teeming with people of every race, merchants of all types trading and screaming to lure in potential buyers. Booths of spices, ripe fruits, and strange animals envelop you with their scents and vibrant colors. You arrive in front of a nice house. No one of the main streets. Wait, on one of the main streets. Report to me as soon as you have found some clues as to identify of this third-rate womanizer. Start looking at the Emporium. The owner is always well informed, especially where gossip is concerned. Okay. I don't know why the dwarf couldn't do this. He sends me. But, you know what? I could get paid quite nicely, so. You step into a weird shop full of curiosities. Welcome, traveler. You can find everything you want at Griffin's Feathers, and sometimes something you would never expect. A sharp little voice welcomes you inside the shop. After a while you notice a tiny creature, tiny creature, barely taller than a foot, talking. Hey, haven't you met a gnome before? The little man fixes the large pointy hat on his head and says, how can I help you? Let's see. Ask if he knows my employer. Tordach, you say, right? Sure, I know him. Stonecutters are well known and powerful in the city. They say the old dwarf is losing his mind. You know, he's really concerned about his daughter. He spends all night at the tavern above ground, getting drunk and brawling. I mean, who does he have to go to, wait, why does he have to go to those beanpoles? Like, nobody down here knows about his troubles. He could get drunk at his own tavern. At our own tavern. At least the beer is better. Okay, but... so that's your problem, that he doesn't drink with you? Wow. Clingy. Clingy. Very clingy. Ask about Brenna. Oh, dear sweet Brenna. She used to come around the Emporium when she was a child. We always played together with her dolls. Okay. Pervert gnome. She loved them so dearly. She has grown up so much. How time flies. This is not helping, dwarf. Or gold. Gnome, whatever. Tell me about the news. The gnome tells you people here have been nervous lately. There's a stonemason strike, and as you've already noticed, the west entrance renovations was suspended. Oh, so that's why the hall where I came in through was, you know, all battered and nothing. It looked like it was abandoned. He also tells you the people here are afraid of the recent violent events of the surface world. There's also great excitement over the live concert here tonight. Dustin Beaver, it's not Beaver, it's Beaver. Hi Tomato, hello. One of the most famous minstrels of the realm is performing. Okay, talk to me about this Justin Beaver. The gnome says the minstrel is an elf with long blonde hair. He's a celebrity of the realm. He also tells you the famous bard is loved by women and envied by men. The girls who listen to his music go crazy for him, and that makes the boys angry wherever they see him. Unfortunately, the gnome doesn't have any more information and tells you to ask the traders in the market. They can help you more. Okay. Alright, let's go to the main... oh no, let's ask about the turmoil. The gnome tells you the authorities are still investigating. It seems some shield brothers are rebelling against the king, and they are plotting to take power. It seems a coup d'etat is coming, but nobody yet knows who is leading the rebellion. Oh, okay, that's interesting. The plot thickens. Alright, let's leave the Emporium. Let's see, go to the market. The market is in one of the corners of the square. You can see it stands on the road not far from the city center. Have a taste of these sweets, calls an elf with a hook nose, offering you some candied dates. Fresh meat, shouts a big dwarf from his butcher stand. Aching joints, love sickness, itching? Ladies and gentlemen, try my miraculous poultice, claims another with a fashionable turban. Alright, so where should we go? In this market there are sellers for every need. After the first stands, you see 3 sellers chatting cheerfully. They see you coming, they realize you're an outlander and smile at you while beckoning you closer. Oh, they just want my money. They just want me for my money. Ask about Brenna. Yes. One of the 3 says he doesn't know much about the girl. She's the daughter of an honorable stonecutter, and she often comes to the market to buy some meat from him. Rumor has it her father is really worried about all his wealth. His daughter wants to marry a tall bean, and they don't honor stonecutter customs, says another, entering the conversation. How can we impress Brenna? Good question. Little Brenna's an adult now, and as the years have passed, she's become one of the most beautiful dwarfesses. Dwarfesses? I guess that's the feminine of dwarf? The female dwarf? No. One of the 3 suggests you buy her one of his dolls, assuring you it's the right gift to impress her. The second offers you some pies with elfin custard he made himself. Ew. You lure girls with good food. Okay. The third tries to sell you a finely wrought necklace. He assures you it will be splendid on Brenna's neck. Okay. Well, the thing is I don't have a lot of money. That's one thing. And I know that Brenna I can't even buy it. See? Buy the necklace. It's all red, so I can't buy it. But I could buy the doll, and I know that Brenna was playing with dolls, so I don't know. Let's try that. The seller smiles and follows you, asking if you need something else. Let's ask about the minstrel, I guess. The three answer laughing. That elf has driven all the girls in the realm mad, especially the young stonecutters, including Brenna, I'm guessing, right? They believe that there's a scam perpetrated against the richest families. The elf, after marrying the young women and taking the treasure, as given in stonecutter custom, runs away and never comes back. Oh, he's a con artist. This already happened to many other families. The stonecutters are furious. So why are they not doing anything about it? Ask if the minstrel is actually that good. Contrary to what you may think, the minstrel is a terrible player. People despise his music. That isn't unusual, but the way women worship him is. He's not even particularly handsome. Rumor has it he has a magic musical instrument which can charm any woman with a few notes. It's a magic lute. The three sellers talk over each other excitedly. What? Tell me more about this magic lute. The three merchants can't say anything else about the lute. They suggest you go to another seller who's down the road, an expert regarding musical instruments, especially exotic ones. Hi Marco, hello. Hello. Okay, so let's review. So Brenna wants to get married, and I'm suspecting that she wants to get married to this Justin Bieber, and he's a con artist who's been doing this already. He has a magic lute, and I guess I could steal the lute, maybe? So I'm going back to the dwarf's house. You arrive at Torden's house, the foyer, because he has a foyer, why not? He's a rich dwarf, of course. All rich dwarfs have foyers. It's huge with two big stairways in the center. The butler, he has a butler? Well, this guy's really rich. I mean, I kind of get like why he's so concerned about who his daughter marries, because you know he would give away a lot of his. The weird thing is, I mean, couldn't he say no? I should probably suggest that to him. Like, just, you know, if you could say to your daughter, right? If you're marrying someone who's not a stonecutter, that's perfectly fine. But I'm going to give you half or a quarter of what I would give if there was if your groom was a stonecutter. You know, problem solved. You know, I mean, she's not going to starve, but she's also not getting. You know, he's not also giving all his money. Well, let's see. Alright. As he leads you up the stairs, you hear a girl singing her heart out. It must be Brenna. Her voice is coming from a room down the hall. In his office, Tordon is completely caught up with his business. On his desk there are dozens of papers, ink bottles, quill pens, and several money bags scattered about. I want to make it... Never mind. Like a joke about the money bag, but he's like Scrooge McDuck or something. Let's see. Let's tell him about the minstrel. Like he's conning other women. She has a crush on an elf. I knew it. Those beanpoles. You can never trust them. He will never get his hands on my gold. Dwarf grumbles and swears for a while. Then when he is calmer, he advises you to go to the town hall and talk with other stonecutter families or with the loot seller down the road near the square with the ancient statue. Yeah, see, that's a good idea. I could go to the other talk to the other families that maybe lost a lot of cash, and we're gonna ban him or get him arrested or something. He tells you to hurry up. You're going to face the tall beam before the concert begins. He doesn't want him to get away unpunished. Let's talk to Brenna. Maybe we can convince her. You tiptoe into Benna's bedroom. Ooh, that's not good. She's wearing a splendid cream dress, very elegant. She hasn't noticed you. Wait. Why didn't I just knock? That's a little weird. That's creepy. You know, why didn't I knock? I should have knocked. This is a lady's, room. She's still engrossed in putting on her makeup, fixing her hair, and loudly singing the same song you heard when you came into Thornton's house. love, I will marry you. Na na na. What? Okay. It's an average wealthy teen's bedroom with many posters on the walls. Brennan turns around and sees you. Ah, finally! I called for you an hour ago, coachman. Are the horses and carriage ready to go? Let's give her the gift, you know, the doll that I bought. You move closer to give her the present. You give her the doll you just bought. Brenna is in disbelief as she looks at it with tear-filled eyes. She loves dolls. They remind her of her mom. Aww. She hugs you and thanks you for the beautiful gift. Alright. Let's talk to her about the minstrel then. She tells you she's madly in love with the minstrel. She adds that because of her love for him, she was the victim of a nasty incident in the elf forest a few days ago. What? What incident? She answers, tearing up, that she met an old witch in the forest to buy a very expensive elixir, hoping to make the famous bard fall in love with her. Wow, this is like freaking Dynasty. This is like The Young and the Restless. Who knew just one line was a great big fantasy medieval soap opera. Wow. On the way back though, near the creek, something scared her. It was probably just a harmless little creature, but she was so startled, she threw the precious potion into the river. Okay, well, that's your fault then. I mean, ask her more about Dustin. Oh, it's Dustin? It wasn't Justin? Wasn't it Justin Bevier? It was Dustin Bevier? Anyway. I love him. I truly love him. He's an excellent musician and he's gorgeous. The people are just envious of him. That's why they spread those nasty lies about him. They say he has a magic lute with which he enchants girls. Nothing but lies. Brenna's on the brink of an emotional outburst. I'm starting to think that Brenna is not exactly very stable emotionally. You know? Hi, hello. Thank you. I am having fun. I'm just trying to figure out like this is very Young and the Restless, or you know, Dynasty. It's very complicated stuff here. Now I understand why the reward was 200 gold for this mission, because it's a doozy. Yes, and I said doozy. Let's see. Take a closer look at the poster. Let's see what's the poster. The poster shows an elf with long blonde hair and an aquilin nose. He's holding an unusual looking instrument, a lute with golden strings. Alright, so we have two options. Either we talk to the other dwarfs that were robbed by this guy, or we can go to the loot shop. You know what? I think a pack of dwarves will do more damage. A pack of influential dwarves will do more damage. So let's go there. You find a fierce crowd of stonecutter dwarves arguing with the prefect. They're complaining about the stonemason strike, demanding that the prefect do. Jeez, I so don't like that word, like in English. Do something to fix the situation. Two guards try in vain to push back the crowd. You make your way through the mob, trying to reach the front of the line. And look at me, I'm pretty skinny compared to all the dwarves. Maybe you could obtain the help from the prefect or the crowd for your quest. I'm going to talk to the stonecutters because they were the victims. You present your situation to the dwarf leading the crowd. He's shocked at hearing such an insult to the guild. The other stonecutters become red-faced with anger. I think they were red-faced because they're drinking. Two of them move closer and demand the right to help you stop the minstrel. Yes! Yes! Especially if there is need of violence. Yes! Let's kick his ass. Let's go to the theater. Yes. You head to the theater with the two dwarves. You easily elude his bodyguard. The huge orc is sleeping, wearing a coat with the elf's big face painting on it. You tell the dwarves to hide nearby and you slip inside the minstrel's changing room. Without making a sound, you hide yourself behind some boxes and costumes left over from the previous show. Dustin's back is towards you as he sings to himself. He's really off key. He hasn't realized you're there. Okay. You spy the loot tucked inside a precious leather case with silver embroidery placed atop a stool. Let's get the loot. You stumble clumsily before grabbing the loot with a loud clatter. Well, that's fine, I got the loot. All of a sudden, Dustin turns around. He's surprised to see you here. He calls loudly to his orc henchman, who charges into the room after a few seconds, rubbing his eyes. The guard pulls out a large knife and attacks you. Wait. Okay, whistle to signal the two stonecutter dwarves. The two stonecutters burst into the room with sticks and knuckle dusters. Just what you... Wait, sticks and knuckle dust? Never mind, they're here to protect me. The orc henchman is undamaged and ready to engage in combat. Okay, let's go for a hard push. Oh, attack. What? Okay, keep striking. Well, I can't do a hard push. Oh, because I've done on the spider. Okay. Oh, the orc henchman has been defeated. You are victorious. That was kind of fast. Not a lot of explanation, but alright. You succeed in defeating Dustin's bodyguard. Mortified, the two crooks run away, passing through one of the side gates. You look around and head to the theater exit. There's a crowd of girls unhappy that the concert has been cancelled, stretching back through the three big arched doors of the theater. In the external square, outer square, you see Thornton confronting his tearful daughter. You join them to claim your reward. Wait, that's a bad idea. Why would I go there? Because then she's gonna know that he hired me. Thornton thanks you and slips you a bag of... Oh, phew. Okay, she didn't see. The reward you've agreed on. Brenna sees you and dries her tears. Her broken heart seems almost healed when she sees you approaching. Okay. She must have really loved that gift of yours. You conquer the heart of the young dwarfess, whose eyes follow you tenderly as you leave. Oh, okay, I guess we have an admirer. Nice! A new love is born in the heart of sweet Brenna. Who knows how Thornton will feel about it this time. Nevertheless, you stopped a thief, fixed Brenna's broken heart, and maybe saved Thornton's liver too. Liver? What do you mean liver? A true success! Nice! So we just unlocked a new race. The dwarf. So now I can, if I retire this character that I have right now, I can make a new character and he can be a dwarf. Alright, so we got some renown, some fame. Alright, and 150 gold. Wasn't there like 200 gold? Huh. Missing minstrel. During his show in the Dwarven underground city, the famous minstrel Dustin Bevere vanished without a trace. Witnesses claim to have seen him fleeing the city in a hurry, but the reason behind it remains a mystery. I am the reason behind it. Who knows if you will ever hear from him again. You know what? He's a con man. I'm pretty sure we're gonna hear from him again. I mean... Alright, you know what, since I have a little cash, let's buy some stuff. Like some better armor. So, I have the padded armor, which gives me 4 extra hit points and 1 power. So what could I buy? 8? 4... 4, 2... 6, 2... So this is 8-1. 6-2, that'll be really good. Okay. Yeah, okay, Sea Dog suit. Sure. Let's buy it. You are not proficient with this type of armor. Oh. How do I get proficient with this type of armor then? That's weird. Huh. I'm not proficient. Oh, maybe these are the requirements? No, these can't be the requirements, right? Wait. These cannot just be the requirements. I wish I could just take away the... wait. Wait, if I can't get this one, I could get this one maybe for 150? Oh, they disappeared. See? Oh, okay, so this one is like all the armors. This one shows me only the armors that I can have with the... okay. Hide armor. Chainmail, nice. Or I could get a different weapon, let's see. So I have the club, which does 1 damage. The next one will be the pitchfork, which does 3 damage. Wow. And it's effective against beasts, and it gives me 1 extra health, I believe. For the mace, 4. Spear, 4. 4, 2. Yeah, let's get the pitchfork, why not? Okay. And in terms of armor, let's see. Ruby of Power. No. You're a commoner, you need to change your class when you... okay, okay. I'm just a commoner. I'm just a commoner. And I can change my class here, but there's nothing on lock right now. Okay. Okay. So I have a pitchfork now, which... you know what? It works. It does more damage. And now I have 7. I do 5 damage and I have 7 hit points. So that's better. Let's see. Let's do a new mission. Let's see what we can find. Enchanted Waters. So that's 100 gold for average difficulty. Simple difficulty. But I don't want to do this one. I mean, look at that. Rats in the basement. And just a beer and gratitude. Who wants that? Average. Simple. Okay, this one. Okay, this one, because it gives me gold. Give me a little bit of gold. Maybe I can get some new armor, you know. So let's see, this one. The visitors have been terrorized by spine-chilling lamentations the last few days, even during the day. Looking for adventure, willing to take care of the situation. Okay. Alright. To the cemetery! To the cemetery. See it pan out. Of course we're going at night, because... huh. This looks a little bit weird. You arrive at the cemetery as the sun begins to set. Because I'm such a great adventurer that I'm not afraid to go in the freaking cemetery at night. I'm not afraid. Who said I'm afraid? I'm not afraid. Alright, the massive gates are open, so you make your way through, leaving the tall boundary walls behind. This is the biggest, most ancient cemetery in the rain. Rain. It looks more like a park with all this vegetation and architectural structures. Only the nobles and leading figures of the court are buried here. It's not for the commoners like me. Anyone rich enough to afford a tomb here. You proceed on the gravel until you arrive to the caretaker's hut. Okay, knock. An old bald man with a crooked back opens the door. You're here for the lamentation job, am I right? He says, eyeing you. You nod. Come inside. The hut is dark and dusty, perfectly in tone with the cemetery. Of course it has to be in tone. You take a seat and the caretaker immediately explains the problem. It's a common thing to hear faint laments or even feel immaterial presences, but since this chasm opened up, the situation has gotten terribly worse. There's a spirit of a woman in particular that emits excruciating shrieks during the night. I've been doing this job for years, so I'm used to it, but now she has begun screaming even during the daytime. She's been scaring off all the visitors. I've no intention of getting close to her. I've only been able to learn that her name is Amita. I'll show you the area where she usually appears, so you may do what you deem necessary. Alright? Ask her to find the spirit. He says you can find her near a big mausoleum close by. You can wait for nightfall here, as the spirit always comes out at night. You chat a little more until you begin to hear the lamentations. There she is, on time as usual. The caretaker walks you to the door and shows you the way to the mausoleum, and then waves you off. You make your way towards your destination and arrive a few minutes later. On the mausoleum stairs sits an ethereal figure, slightly luminescent and despairing. Ask who she is. My name is Amita. I am an unlucky woman who has lost her loved one. I cannot find his spirit, moans the wraith, sobbing. She looks like a woman past her youth with long curly hair that falls onto her chest. Okay, what's the problem here, Myth? My love, I cannot find my love. He died some time ago and he had promised to find each other in the afterlife. We had promised. But his remains must be too far away. I cannot find him. I beg you, bring him to me. Ask her what you need to do. Her gaze lights up. Find his remains and bring them to the ossuary. This way we'll finally be close, and I will be able to find him. His name is Gen. He was the offspring of a small noble family of the rain. I am sure you will not have any problems finding him. After pronouncing those words, the spirit slowly vanishes into thin air. You return to the caretaker and report what you've learned from the wraith. Done already? Asks the old man amazed. You explain the spirit's request and the caretaker has no objections. Nobody will get angry if we move a pile of bones. Follow me, let's find out where this Kent is buried. The caretaker leads you towards a small closet. There are huge tomes on top of shelves high up on the walls. These are the cemetery logbooks. All of our guests are written down here. In a corner you notice a broken glass case. The piece still scattered on the floor. Broken glass case. Let's ask about the glass case. That? No idea. It was already there when I came here. And no, these glass on the ground don't bother anybody. They don't pay me to clean this place, just to guard it, cries out the caretaker. While you're listening to him, you hear a sort of gurgle coming from the corner of the case. You turn around and look in that direction. The case is not empty anymore. A big tome is inside of it, from which it comes a black weird haze. It gurgles and falls on the floor. Ask the caretaker about this. The caretaker turns in your direction and says, Well, yeah, as I said, they don't pay me to clean, but if these glass bothers you so much, I'll remove them tomorrow. I thought adventures were used to filth. Then turns around again as if nothing had happened. Is it possible that you're the only one who sees the tome? Maybe I'm crazy. Get close to the tome. You get closer to the tome. The tome seems made of leather of a very dark shade of purple, and there are strange carved symbols on it. Suddenly, a sibilant, I don't know what that word, whisper echoes in your mind. Hello, adventurer. I was hoping you would notice me. I feel a connection between us. Maybe you're interested in an exchange. The book is talking to you. This isn't normal, not at all. Meanwhile, the caretaker seems not to notice anything as he keeps looking among the shelves. Listen to the offer. Very well. I knew you would have listened to me. My name is Sabras, and a long time ago I was banished from this place of existence. I'm longing to come back, but I need a creature that can give me a part of his vital energy to do it. If you accept this, I will give you a part of my power in return. I will help you to understand the mysteries of this world. All you have to do is to touch the tome to start the exchange. You know what? I don't like this idea. It's probably just a super evil entity like a demon, a poltergeist. That's so I'm going to kick the entity out of my mind. What the hell? Oh, I lost some stuff. Contacts with this kind of entities is never a good thing, so you try to break the connection immediately. You close your eyes and focus trying to get back into reality. Where do you think you're going? Shouts the entity in your head. Then you feel stabbing pain inside your skull as if a hand with claws is grasping you. Right after that, the gurgle stops. You open your eyes and the case is empty again. You've managed to make it through by the skin of your teeth, but your mind has come out exhausted. So minus C, I have -1 will because of that. Condition long lasting. Huh. I wonder how long. The caretaker gets closer to one of the shelves and takes an old dusty tome. He places it on the table in the middle of the room and starts searching. Please check, this will take a while to find it. Having just the name. Wobbling, you take a sit and patiently wait while you're pretty sore. In the meantime, you look around and browse through the big tomes that surround you so you can relax and quickly forget the strange experience you've been through. Okay, let's keep waiting. Here he is, shouts the caretaker after searching for almost an hour. His tomb is in the outskirts of the cemetery. Those are the cheaper spots. Stabbed to death. And at a young age as well. What a shame. The old man closes the book and asks you to follow him. He picks up the necessary tools to exhume the corpse and you make way to the tomb. You quickly find the property of Gen's family, a small piece of land enclosed by an elaborate fence. Various tombstones fill the ground, some of which with little sculptures on top, others with a slab of rock placed horizontally to protect the coffin below. You find a name you were looking for on one of these, written on the epitaph, divided by death, united by it. J and L. The caretaker begins his work on the tomb. Let's examine the other tombstones. As you look around, your eyes fall onto the tomb next to Gen's. It's quite simple, just a tombstone and a name, Lin. You look at Gen's epitaph once more, G and L. Could it be referring to Gent and Lin? Though you don't believe she's part of the family, you wonder why her grave is here. Maybe she was the love of Gen's life and the spirit is just a crazy person, a crazy stalker of Gen's. Maybe the spirit is the one who stabbed Gent to death because he wouldn't love her. And he was with Lin. You quickly survey the other tombstones, but that's the only name that looks out of place. Your thoughts are interrupted by the caretaker who calls out to you for help on removing the heavy slab of stone. Alright, let's help him. Together you manage to move aside the massive slab that encloses Gent's tomb. What you find surprises you. No coffin, just an empty hole. Oh, come on. The caretaker is speechless and moves his lantern a bit closer to shed more light. You see a large opening on one of the sides, which looks like the entrance of a tunnel. Now I understand, the old man intimates with a solemn tone. It has to be the ghouls' handiwork. Those bone gnarls took more bodies. Okay, ask where they've taken the remains. I'm almost certain they have an underground hideout. I haven't seen one in a long time, but the bodies keep disappearing. You gaze upon... Sorry, that's my voice again. You gaze upon the empty tomb a little longer. What do you intend to do? Let's prepare a trap. You tell the old man that you're going to prepare a trap. You lure the ghouls here, capture one, and make it reveal Gen's location. Alright, what are we going to lure them with? Well, they came for human remains, so yeah, human remains. It would certainly work, but do you think we're allowed to exhume corpses to use as ghoul bait? Yeah, of course, come on. Okay, I'll get some more bones from the ossuary. None of those rascals will mind, I suppose. No, because they're dead. The caretaker goes off, then comes back with the gruesome loot in a sack. You spread the bones around the tomb and tell the old man to return home. There's nothing else he can do to help you. You hide behind a large tombstone, and what's left now is to wait. You wait for quite some time and eventually begin hearing sounds from the tomb. You stand ready. As soon as the ghoul pops out to grab a bone, you jump on top of it, immobilizing it. The undead begins to wriggle and moan, but you don't let go. Beat and threaten it to make it reveal the whereabouts. Or reassure him. Let's beat him. The ghoul takes the beating, whimpering and begging you to stop.
Coffin, this in tunnel down here,
says the undead, making an effort. It indicates Kent's tomb from which it came out just months ago. Let it go or kill it. I'm gonna kill it! It's a ghoul! Now that you know where to find Kent's coffin, you pull out your weapon and strike the undead once and for all. You go down inside the tunnel and walk until you reach a rough and tiny room. It is poorly lit by some candles, and piled against the walls there are many coffins. You examine them until you find one with the name Ghent carved on it. You make sure it contains the bones of the deceased and you take it back to the surface. It's time to go back to the caretaker. But what about Lynn? Okay, the caretaker is happy to see you've recovered the coffin.
Good, now let's go to the ossuary so this story may end once and for all. Though it would be best not to tell the family who moved them there, as it's not a very prestigious place. Please, no good, no.
Well, what's with the ossuary?
It's the place where the corpses of people who dishonor the good name of the families are buried, explains the old man. Oftentimes, the richer families buy entire areas in the cemetery for them and their descendants, but when someone doesn't behave properly, they are buried in the ossuary to hide them from the others and their sins, and also to not disgrace the memory of the relatives buried next to them. Rich people are really odd.
Okay, so this Anita, whatever, the spirit that wants, so I'm willing to bet that she killed him. She killed Ghent. Alright. You load the coffin onto a cart and make your way towards the ossuary. The structure is imposing. As the caretaker opens the heavy doorway, you're overwhelmed by cold, humid air. You begin descending this noiseless abyss, transporting Ghent's remains to an empty cavity. You carefully lay down the coffin, then the caretaker asks, "What now?" As soon as he finishes the phrase, the spirit of Amita appears. The old man leaps in fear. "There, I finally sense you. Thank you for your help. May the gods bless you." Make her promise not to torment anyone any longer, then leave. You tell her that now that she found her love, there's no reason to disturb the living. Just go away. "Of course," she replies with joy. "Now that my laments have been heard, I've no reason to remain here any longer. All is well." You say goodbye to one another and then leave. You know what, I'm really thinking that there's more to this story.
"Do you see that strange expression she had when we left?" asks the caretaker while you withdraw.
You tell him you didn't notice anything strange. Perhaps he was still disturbed by Amita's sudden appearance.
Could be, he mumbles.
You reach the surface and have one last chat with the caretaker. Afterwards, you take your reward and proceed towards the inn.
Okay.
Nice. Wow. Oh, we unlocked the cleric. So the background, we can unlock the... Okay, nice. And 50 gold. And I lost some morality and honor apparently. Huh. Maybe because I killed the ghoul? Whatever. I did what was supposed to be done, so. A restless spirit near the pit. It's been months now that the pit has been under careful inspection by the clerics of the temple. In the meantime, there are more and more reports of supernatural events in the area. Luckily, the brave adventurers of the rain rush to assist the visitors and inhabitants of the area, claiming the restive dead, and in so making our reign ever more safe.
Well, that's awesome. Okay, so now I can unlock a, but I only have the cleric one. This one, related attribute wit, can use gear. Okay, so I need, okay, because I specialize in like in power, I would need either warrior, brute, or hunter. So that's for later. Let's see, 165. Maybe I can buy myself a new armor. So 4, 8, and 1. Okay, let's buy this one. You are not proficient. Okay. Okay, so I can't buy these until I get shield, huh? Mace. Let's see, Ruby of Power. Okay. Okay, I'm not gonna buy anything, although I should. I probably should. 5, 7, 3 power. I need to unlock these. One of these. Okay, let's see another mission. Let's see, Enchanted Waters, average difficulty, simple. I really don't want to do the brats thing. Urgency medium. Type social, type investigation, and type hunt. Okay, let's do the hunt then, because I'm a warrior, so let's see. Let's kill some rats. Oh, you arrive at old Rennie's house and he immediately takes you to the hatch. While you are both crossing the room, he mumbles to himself and keeps turning to look at you. He says, "I asked for help for a real hunter. I hope you know what you're doing. There was a time when you could count on the Shield Brothers recruits to manage these things, but now it goes to common people like the hounds to take up arms and protect the subjects of the reign. Actual warriors can be hired only by nobles and rich men. As if that wasn't enough, it seems even they are losing their minds now. Better cut to the chase," he says. "There's work to be done here." He opens the hatch to the basement. Since you are here to help him, he should be really grateful. He would be grateful if you could also find his cat. Okay. Bargain a better reward for your services, yes. He gets angry and yells that the beer is going to be enough. Alright, ask about the cat. He says that he has closed the little poor beast in the basement to hunt the rats, but the morning after there was no trace of it. Okay. Alright, the basement is a mess and it's very stinky. You look for animal signs and you find a big crack in the wall behind a half-eaten piece of furniture. No traces of the cat though. Let's squeeze to the crack. You find yourself in a huge system of tunnels and now you can walk normally. The place is rather dark, but the groups of glowing cave mushrooms guarantee enough visibility. You start exploring. You found a big rounded cave full of rats. In the middle of it, inside a filthy nest, there's a giant rat surrounded by its brood. Well, if there are many rats, then run away, there's too many, or get ready to fight. Let's try the fight. The swarm of rats is undamaged and ready to engage in combat. Okay, let's do the hard push. Wow, the swarm of rats is battled. Keep striking. Okay, so now I'm going to attack, like attack in such a way that my enemy can attack my my character too. So you're gonna see the health going down. See it? But I did 5 damage and the swarm of rats has been defeated. Nice. On the way back you notice another small tunnel that you missed before. You get closer and see that it splits in two. On the right side you can see a weak bluish luminescence coming from the end of the tunnel. On the left side you can hear a meow and it's probably Rennie's cat. Let's let's go to the left side. Let's get the cat. Sorry, yeah, to the left. As you walk through the tunnel, the meowing gets more and more intense. Rennie's cat must be one of those big fatty ones. You reach another narrow fissure. You look into it, and when two big shiny eyes appear, you jump out of your skin. You can't believe your eyes. There's a cat on the other side, but it's tiger-sized. Wow. Go through the fissure? Okay. Dimensions aside, it looks docile, so you decide to get through the fissure. The big cat welcomes you with purrs and pushes against the wall, trying to rub itself against you. Take a look at the giant cat. You have no idea of what is going on there. Everything is simply bigger. Call it to get out of there. Okay. Wow, it attacked me? You squeeze again to the fissure and try to make the cat follow you. It tries to shrink as much as possible, but it's too big. You pull the cat as hard as you can, but it hurt you, and its reply is a scratch. It's more painful than a normal cat scratch. Let's try to push it out. You resolutely grab the cat. I just grabbed the cat by the face. Carefully not to hurt it and avoiding its scratches. You push it through the fissure, and after a little resistance you're able to get it out of there. Then the big kitten runs away, probably towards the basement. Nice! Alright, go and follow the luminescence. Let's follow the luminescence. Let's check that place out. You follow the passage until you reach another cave, which is smaller this time. Here you find the source of the luminescence, a pool of crystal clear water. A glass carved base stands out of the water on the pool edge with a big crystal on it. Huh. Oh, what happens if I take the crystal? You get closer to the base and you see an average sized rat drinking from the pool, but it runs scared as it hears the noise. The luminescence you noticed before comes from inside of the crystal that seems to come down and spread in the water thanks to a channel in the base. Examine the base. The inscribed signs seems to be magical runes, but you have no idea of their meaning. In any case, magic runes aren't usually a good thing. Why? Let's examine the crystal. The bright heart of the crystal is really weird, but also truly wonderful. You are sure you could earn a lot if you sold it. Okay, try to deactivate the trigger and take the crystal. You start working on the mechanism, but I don't know where the mechanism came from, but okay. Until you're sure it's switched off. You grab the crystal, but the trigger starts anyway. The luminescent flow stops immediately. You're ready to avoid any kind of traps you could have switched on, but nothing happens. Huh. Only a few moments after the click, you notice some waves in the pool. They become a whirl when the water starts to rise in a sort of human shape. While it keeps spinning fast, the creature stands in front of you and it doesn't look friendly. Run! Oh, come on, I got hurt. You immediately start to run, but the elemental doesn't want to let you go. It dives in your direction and smashes you to the ground, losing its human shape. You get up, but the elemental has already regained its shape and closes the way out. Okay. Try to communicate. Oh, come on, it's gonna kill me! You cautiously step back. Okay. Okay, wait. You cautiously step back trying to talk to the elemental, but it doesn't seem to understand the word. You're about to turn around and run away when the creature dies and throws you hard to the ground. Then it rapidly regains its human shape and grabs the crystal which has fallen from your hand in the crash. Now the elemental ignores you and goes back to the base. This is a good chance to leave. Okay, let's leave. Okay. Alright. Phew. You got back to Rennie. His problem with rats is solved for good. You've even been able to rescue his cat. Now you can go enjoy that free beer to celebrate. And I got a new background! Hunter! I don't know, the hunter looks a little bit like kinda bad, but okay. Like not very powerful, let's say. Okay, let's see here. The incredible discovery in the basement of a very normal house in the rain. During a common extermination service, the adventurer, hired by a man called Rennie, discovered a system of caves and tunnels right under the old man's house. We will soon send a crew to explore, states the tricked witch
Fellowship, always interested in discovering new caves and dungeons. Alright, that's cool. Wit -1. Okay. I hope that goes away eventually. Alright, let's go for, let's see, a related attribute power. Unique interactions tracker. Can use gear from power and cunning advanced lists. Nice. So now I'm a hunter. And I don't have a weapon anymore. Great. Awesome. Jesus. Why don't I have a weapon anymore? Come on. So I can't use the pitchfork or that one. I can't use the bow. I guess I could use this one, the spear. Oh, I like this one. Okay. Okay, so my health went down, my hit points from 7 to 6, but now I do more damage. I wish I had more gold. I have so little gold. So freaking little gold. I really want to buy probably this one. Yeah, I would almost double my health. Okay. Okay. So I unlocked, yeah, the dwarf. So if I want, I can make a new character. I could retire this character, and I can make a new one, and he can be a dwarf, and I can choose a different background for him, depending on what I've unlocked. All right, let's see what else we find. Ooh, goblin invasion. Average difficulty, no. Average. 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 Alright, let's try this one. Enchanted waters. If I can get 100 gold, I could get some better armor, that would be awesome. That would be awesome. You know what? I really should have got. Well, maybe I did get some cash. After. Oh, nice. Like a Stonehenge type of thing. After hours of walking through several trails in the forest, you stop to recover in the glade. That druid didn't give you a very detailed description of the meeting spot. You're thinking of which area of the forest you should search next, when a tall figure cloaked in a cape of leaves approaches gracefully. "You must be the adventurer I asked for. I am Jingle, druid of the Circle of the Woodland Keepers. Follow me. There is much to be done, and you are already late." Okay. Okay, follow the elf. On your way, Jinbo tells you the origin of the problem. "Some time ago, two foolish creatures came here to prepare a love potion. They were successful, but clumsily and irresponsibly spilled it in the river that spawns through the whole rain." Oh, that's Brianna, the potion, right? Or whatever her name was. The dwarf. Brianna, right? Such carelessness created an imbalance in the nature order of things. Now every insect, plant, or creature in its vicinity grows and proliferates at an exaggerated rhythm. Oh, they're nice. So everything's more lovable. How is that bad? Everything's more lovable, so there's more lovable creatures around. And lovable grass, I guess. There's nothing wrong with that. "This is causing problems in some areas where the river flows." The elf pauses before going on. "The swamp, as you may know, is an example of these areas. Clearly everyone is pointing at us, keepers, as the ones responsible for this disaster, and while not even remotely involved, we are called upon to solve the matter." Meanwhile, you sense the sound of flowing water. You've arrived near the river. "There, take a look with your own eyes as the result of this stupidity." The river flows beneath you. From here you can see its banks infested with a myriad of aquatic plants, masses of putrefying fish and frogs, and clouds of insects buzzing over them. "Imbalance and its consequences," says Jinbo in a sorrowful tone. "What you need to do is simple. Find the witch that prepared the potion and ask her which components she uses to prepare it. This way it will be much easier for us to prepare a restoration potion. Now go, let us not waste any more precious time."
Let's see. Ask if the witch is dangerous. I think that's a good question. Of course not. As all witches, her magical knowledge is limited by a few cheap tricks and the preparation of some potions and ointments. I'm sure you have encountered far greater dangers, concludes the elf with a sneering smile. Okay, let's see where we can find this alleged witch. Elf gives you the necessary directions and you set off. The witch's home is about half a day's walk in the forest, so you don't waste any time and go visit the woman. Okay. The directions are clear this time and you manage to arrive at the witch's house, a simple and isolated hut. You're about to knock when you hear exciting shouting coming from inside. You recognize a female voice and two male voices. Let's eavesdrop on the conversation, yes. You press your ear on the door, but you're only able to catch a few words. It seems one of the men is negotiating with a woman. Then the discussion is over, you moved away from the door. Two men in robes. Oh, in robes exit the house. They freeze as soon as they see you, and the older one begins to wave his hand. However, he stops when he sees the astonishment on your face. "Pardon me," says the man, "I mistook you for someone else." After which the two quickly walk away. You wonder what two mages were doing here, but you have other tasks at hand. You enter the witch's hut. You explain the whole story to the woman, particularly the part where the druids need to know the regions used to create the elixir. Ha ha ha, begins laughing the witch. "So, those despicable elves want my help? They can forget it. Where are they every time a farmer or a shepherd is in trouble? They never deign to help us poor folk that live near the forest. Let them solve their problem on their own." The woman is quite furious. Let's threaten her. Why not? You approach the witch and menacingly tell her that if she doesn't cooperate, you'll be forced to damage her little hut and all these nice colorful flasks. The woman imposes herself between you and her potions. Cursing, she accepts to help you. "The main ingredient is mandrake. I obtained an infusion which is the base of the elixir. After that I added some other ingredients, but I can't reveal anything." You insist a little, but the woman stands firm. Okay. Tell her that once this matter is solved, you'll pay her handsomely for the names of the other ingredients. No? Offer her 20 coins. Sure, why not? "My recipe is not for sale," is the witch's firm answer. She won't reveal the other regions. You have no option but to return to Jinbo. Okay. Once you arrive at the forest, you make camp in a glade, waiting for the elf. Jinbo appears a few minutes after your arrival. "Well, do you have the names of the regions used by the witch?" he asks without even greeting you. "Well, no." You report what you learned from the witch, but the elf understands something's missing even before you say it. "That's all? It's not possible," he says impatiently. "But after all, I was expecting it. We must resort to our backup plan." "Oh, great. Why didn't you do that from the beginning?" "I have found a few areas of the forest particularly infected by this messed up concoction. You will go to these areas and take a sample from the plants most affected by the elixir. You will not find it difficult to identify these plants and be wary not to damage anything else in the forest. Remember, this is a sacred place." The elf describes the plant to look for and where to find them, after which he wishes you luck and leaves. Go and recover a mushroom sample or a sample of nettle. I don't know what nettle is, so let's find that. You advance along the river until you reach a large rock. From here you divert towards the left until you reach an area with sparse trees surrounded by a thick underwood. An extremely dense underwood, to be honest, clearly underdeveloped. Exactly the place described by Jinbo. You locate the bigger plants around the middle, the ones that the elf recommended you harvest. Okay. So make your way to the underwood towards the taller plants or gather a sample from the smaller specimens. No, let's go further in. You push forward into the underwood until you reach the giant plants.
You're in an intricate tangle of shrubs and grass almost up to your chest. You're intent on gathering a sample from the plant when suddenly you feel like something's crawling onto your legs. Oh no. You decide to take a look when instead you feel a painful pinch on your arm. You look at it and see an ant as big as a finger, tightly anchored to your skin with its big mandibles. You fling it off with your hand, but soon after the bite begins to burn quite a lot. You look around and see many ants onto your legs and even more on the ground and on the plants surrounding you. Okay. Go back and gather the sample from the smaller plants, yes. Better leave this little beast be. You go back to where the undergrowth is less thick and gather a sample from the smaller plants. You're certain the elf will be able to find what he needs from even from these specimens. Alright, go and recover a mushroom sample. You follow the river until you reach the humid caverns described by Jinbo. You make your way in, sinking your feet into a few centimeters of water, coated by some sort of nauseating opaque ooze. Alas, you find a mushroom described by the druid. Their mauvish color, almost as tall as you. Some will release a slight shower of spores which form that coating as they set on the water. I'm going to collect the spore coating from the water service, yes. Alright, approaching any further with those spores in the air doesn't seem like a wise idea. You prefer to gather a sample from the water even though that's not what Jinbo asked for. He'll have to make do with this. Well, technically the spores are still coming from the plant, so... Right? Once again you search for a glade in which to wait for the druid. A while later the elf appears. I suppose it's a great achievement that you didn't die while it's recovering the samples. Do you have them with you? Says Jinbo, going straight to business. Yes, hand over the samples. This is not what I asked for, angrily claims the elf. I should send you back to gather the right samples, but we already wasted enough time. It would have been better to take care of it myself. You can forget about your reward, now leave, concludes the elf. Disgusted, he quickly withdraws. You try to stop him in order to explain, but he vanishes from your sight in a whirl of leaves. All you can do is return back to the tavern. Oh, that was shit. Wow, great. Alright. Well, that was really crap. And I didn't get any money either. Let's see. The druids of the woodland keepers still keep to themselves regarding the extreme increase in flora and fauna near our main river. The spokesman from the circle assures that everything is under control. Alright. Well. Alright. So this one's average difficulty. Average. 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 And average. Oh, missing child. It's an investigation, urgency high. Okay, let's do this one. A child is missing! Let's go and find them! And in the meantime, I'm gonna put some stuff in here, because my throat is hurting a little bit from all the talking. Because there's a lot of text in just one line. It says just one line, but it's never just one line. It's one line, and then another line, and then another line, and then another line, and then so on and so forth. You understand. There's a lot of text. You arrive at the village, one of the many scattered in the kingdom. For decades, nothing dangerous has happened. The people lived in peace because of the Treaty of the Four Races. In the square, there are some people busy working. One second, let me drink and then... Let's see. Okay, ask the man about the missing child. Information is important. This is an investigation, right? They know little about the disappearance. The only useful information you learn is where the child lives. Go to the house of the kid's parents. Yes. His parents are covered in tears. They search for him everywhere near the village. Try to alleviate the suffering. They cannot stop crying, but they appreciate your kindness. Okay. The last time he was seen was in the woods. He was playing with his friend Lucas, who lived near here. Asking Lucas might be helpful. Okay. Go find Lucas. The parents let you enter. You ask the boy what you want to know. He says they were playing hide and seek near the fields.
It was almost sunset, and when Lucas called Timmy to go back home, he did not answer. Ask him to go with you into the fields and show you exactly where they are. He reluctantly agrees to follow you. Okay. You arrive at the fields. The wheat is tall and some birds are perched on some scarecrows. A short distance away, men are working. Let's inspect the... wait. Let's ask... okay, what happened before? The kid looks very scared and stares at something in the field. Then suddenly runs away without a word. Let's inspect the field looking for traces of little Timmy. You find strange tracks leaving the camp and going straight into the woods. They do not belong to man or beast. Approach the men and ask for some questions. Okay. They tell you the kids play with the scarecrows often, or they play hide and seek in the wheat, but they did not notice anything weird that night. Inspect the field looking for some traces of little Timmy. Okay, let's follow the tracks. You reach the woods, you hear the birds singing and notice swift movement in the bushes. A path goes straight in front of you. You also notice some tracks heading into the trees. Let us follow the tracks. You arrive near a cave. Near a campfire, two strange mangly creatures, half man and half dog, sit. They are armed and busy gobbling a large piece of rotten flesh. Kill one of them silently and capture the other. That sounds good. You kill the first creature, but the other creature is quick enough to draw its weapons. Okay, fight. The gnoll is undamaged and ready to engage in combat. Alright. Accurate shot, let's go. Nice. The gnoll is badly wounded. Nice blow. Yes, let's attack. Okay, he did 2 damage, but he is also defeated. He's dead. Nice. Okay. The cave is damp. Weak sounds come from the interior. Go in with stealth, because I don't know what's inside, so... You arrive in a small room full of bottles and vials, alchemical ingredients and smelly potions. There is a big knife on the table, most likely for strange rituals. In a cave, little Timmy cries and asks for your help, while the witch... oh, so there was a witch in there. Conscious of your arrival, slowly approaches with an offer. Let her take the child's life in exchange for what you most desire. No, refuse and deal with the witch. Alright. Combat, oh fudge. And I don't have the accurate shot anymore. That's bad. That is bad. Let's attack. Oh fudge. Keep striking. No, I have to run away, else I'll die. Okay. You return the next day with the bravest men you can find, but the cave is empty. I mean, I would have died, so... I tried to. I mean, I really tried. Come on. Come on, I really tried. It's... I mean, it's impossible, come on. Little Timmy could have met a terrible fate. Shredded and bloody clothes of the child were found this morning. Some strange tracks in the dirt let us know there was an obscure ritual. Members of the Hounds and Tricked Witch Fellowship went to the site to investigate further. Wow, it got pretty dark. I mean, and I'm getting so little cash. I really hope that, you know, there's gonna be more items and you'll be able to buy more things and not go through too many missions before you get enough money to buy something. Okay. Now I guess we got to have something else. Investigation, protection, rescue, social, or not a social, average. You know what, let's go for this one. More decisions. Oh, back to the... okay. back to the graveyard, I guess. Okay, let's go back to the graveyard. Let's see what happens. I'm guessing that something happened with Gent and Amita. Once again, you make your way towards the cemetery. It all seems like last time, maybe just a little more neglected. You immediately make for the caretaker's house in order to have him tell you exactly what's going on. The old man opens the door and gives you a warm welcome. Luckily you've returned. Things have been worsened since our last adventure. He tells you about all the apparitions and strange phenomena since last you saw each other. But the worst part are those continuous laments. It's not the same wraith though. This one's different. It's a man, and he screams as if being tortured, he explains. Ask him more about it. Well, you see, I thought it wise to wait the arrival of an expert like you before getting close to the spirit. However, I do know that it haunts practically every corner of the cemetery. He runs around panicking and every so often yells at someone to let him go. The caretaker concentrates, trying to remember some other useful information. Even the ghouls are acting strange. They hide as well when they hear the laments, he adds. And that's all. Okay. It's almost dark. You both set off together, wandering in the cemetery, hoping to find this noisy spirit. It would take a while to find him. He doesn't always appear in the same place, claims the caretaker. One thing is for sure, he cries always echo. And he's absolutely right. After walking for about half an hour, you hear excruciating screaming coming from your left. You hurry along towards the shouting and find the wraith sitting on the ground, gasping his head in between his hands. Ask him who he is. I'm the most miserable man in the world, cries out the desperate wraith. He's a handsome young man in the prime of his youth. I cannot find peace even in death. Though this is not what you asked me. My name is Kent. I was heir to a family of some small landowners. I fell in love with a young commoner, but this did not bode well with my family, nor with the woman I was arranged to marry, Amita. Exactly, see, I knew it. And she killed me, I bet. Or she arranged to kill me. She was so blindly by jealousy that she ended up murdering me. Exactly, yes, I so got it, sis. I imagine that if she could not have me, then... the spirit abruptly stops. Oh no, she's coming back! He cries out, winding his eyes and looking behind you. This storm will have no end. After which Gent disappears. You look behind you but see no one. Perhaps it's best to have a chat with Amita. The last time you saw her was at the ossuary, so that's where you'll go looking for her. You make for the ancient building, determined to get to the bottom of the story. The caretaker opens the heavy door and you travel down the cold crypt. Once at the bottom, the spirit appears right in front of your face. Welcome back. I recognize you immediately, you know. It's none other than Amita. She seems pleased and she gazes maliciously. What brings you here? Accuse her of having deceived you. Okay. Ha ha ha, scornfully laughs the wraith. Yes, it's true, so what? It is not my fault if you obey anyone without asking questions first, mocks Amita. Perhaps it's best not to make her Perhaps it's best not to make her angry, mumbles the caretaker. She seems different from the last time. She creeps me out even more. Tell her you'll put things right by bringing it. Okay. Yes, I'll bring Gent back to his tomb. Hearing your words darkens Amita's face and she looks at you malignantly. Do you really think you can oppose me? She slowly asks. In the meantime, you begin to feel a great deal of cold in the spirit's eyes begin to flash blue. Gusts of icy wind whip your face. The caretaker backs up frightened. Let's see. Unleash your weapon and strike the wraith. What? You are not intimidated and spring into action. You unsheath your weapon and strike. Unfortunately, the blow passes through the spirit without causing any damage whatsoever. But I got hurt. Oh, fucking great. Jesus.
Oh, that's just crap. Maybe those rumors about Wraiths being incorporeal were actually true. In response to your attack, Amata grabs your hand. An intense chill spreads through you, and the point of contact with the spirit burns like it were on fire. Abandon the ossuary. Perhaps it's a good idea to leave. You grab the caretaker and drag him along. You hear Amata's evil laugh echo through the mausoleum's walls as you flee. You have to find a way to eliminate her definitively. You know, there might be some interesting tomes at home, mumbles the old man, interrupting your thoughts. In addition to the logbooks, there are other books like full of scribblings and strange words. I'm sure it's magical stuff. Do you have any ideas? Let's consult the books. You return to the caretaker's hut and he shows you the tomes he was talking about. It's not exactly spells, more like rituals to hold off and banish any type of undead from this plane. You browse through the pages until you find a section about wraiths. The ritual is quite simple, but you need the caretaker's help. One of you will read the formulae while the other keeps the spirit busy. Okay? You'll take care of the delicate part, which is reciting the formulae. The book says that some incense will daze and annoy the spirit, keeping it occupied while the ritual is completed. Yes, I have lots of it here, claims the caretaker. You explain to him that this will be his duty, and more determined than ever, you return to the ossuary. Once inside, you call upon Amata. The spirit doesn't tarry to show up. Here again, are you impatient to cross into the afterlife? Hi Armando, hello, welcome. You don't waste any time and begin the ritual. The caretaker shakes the incendiary, wrapping Amata in curls of smoke. You open the large tome and begin to read. The problem is I have very little health, and I don't have like any freaking potions or anything like that. And maybe that's something that can be added or something like, I don't know, because I have very little health. The wraith seems disoriented and coughs while the smoke envelops it. What are you doing? Thunders Amata, trying to fight the daze. The walls tremble as chilly air begins to swirl around you. The caretaker is intimidated and drops the incensory. Oh, come on, incensory, whatever. Amata takes advantage of that and assaults him. The old man groans and remains with his mouth open while the spirit begins to consume his energies. Interrupt the ritual and help the caretaker continue the ritual. Let's continue the ritual. You have to complete the ritual. Amata is distracted, and if you hurry, you'll be able to save the caretaker as well. You utter the words as quickly as possible, but sometimes fumble on some unclear passages or distracted by Amata's threats. At one point, you will look up and see the old man falling to the ground, almost reduced to a skeleton. The spirit has no other distractions. Its next target is you. You drop the book and flee before ending up like the caretaker. Oh, great. You know, I really wish I had more choice in this game. You wonder if the old caretaker survived. Perhaps not, since you barely made it out alive. So, very, I mean, it's... I really wish it was more choice in this one. Because, I mean, I lost... like 2 or 3 yeah, 3 missions in a row that resulted in nothing, and I really feel like this is it's wasteful. If you go through 3 missions and you're not either dead or successful, like in some way, then you know, it's just frustrating, because now I feel like I wasted 3 opportunities and the time it took to actually do the missions, because nothing resulted from them. I didn't get any coin, I didn't get any extra anything, you know, any extra stats, any boost, you know. So it's, you know, nothing. It's nothing. I have nothing to show for the last half an hour of playing, which is really frustrating. Fallen brother, difficulty dangerous. I'm definitely not doing that. The dragon, alchemy supplies, goblin invasion. An enraged goblin horde has come from the western woods. They have been going around the area for a while and they occupy the village. Their great numbers prevent us from pushing back, so we are looking for a valiant hero who can convince them to leave. Well, to convince them to leave? Okay, well that's dumb. How the fudge can I convince them to leave? Okay, let's get some alchemy supplies. Okay. Alright, let's try this one. Last mission, hopefully. Okay, where are we going? Where are we going? Oh, to the village here. Your old friend Daigon warmly greets you. After some chit-chat, you follow him to aid in his affairs. Ask for information about the new suppliers. They made him a great offer. It would make him rich. No wonder he promised you so much gold for your help. This job is going to be really easy, or not. Talk about the good old days. You talk for a while with Daigon about the trouble you used to get up to as a child, as kids. Not childs, Jesus, children. Anyway, kids. And your last business venture. He also tells you about some recent unexpected collaborations between the barons and the dwarves of the Stonecutters Guild. If somebody had told me that, I would have never believed that the greediest dwarves and those rich Shylock barons would have ever worked together in any business. It makes me laugh just thinking about it. Something big must be going on, and yeah, it is. Not to mention the Magi Council, the fact that they are looking for suppliers which are not exactly reputable is pretty strange. They definitely must have run out of stock, as long as they're paying, right? Yeah. Daigon stops talking as you reach a familiar village. Burned houses, graves, miserable faces is the village that asked you to help them against the bandits. And this is the consequence of your decision. Wait, I couldn't fight the bandits. I was just starting to... come on. Oh, you know what? I don't... See, okay. I don't agree with this view. It's like the consequence of my decision. This is not the consequence of my decision. I tried to help. I would have died. I fled. The village isn't burned because of my decision to flee. It's like this because no one else stood up against them. Stood up to them. I tried. I was almost killed, and then I fled. So it's not my fault that the village is like this. So I don't take that. It's not a consequence of my decision. That's not true. This is fake news. Daigon sees you're distracted and asks if you've been here before. Tell him what happened, yeah. You tell him about the village being raided by a group of bandits. The old man had asked for your help, but you had refused. No, I didn't refuse, I think. Didn't I just leave? Whatever. It doesn't matter. All times. You arrive at the appointed meeting place. In a clearing before the woods, you see a small camp near a wagon. A boy and an old man are watching over the camp. They're both armed, but Daigon seems relaxed and tells you to let him do the talking. Daigon explains everything to you, but the old man doesn't seem satisfied and replies cruelly. Meanwhile, the young one looks at you and chuckles. Okay, let's let Daigon handle the situation. Daigon explains who you are and why you're here once again. He shows them a bag full of gold for their chief. The old man seems satisfied and he lets you both through. Okay. You're in the middle of a small camp. A fire burns in the center, surrounded by some tents and a wagon. Alright, you see a couple of men kicking around. Outside the bigger tent, a heavily armored orc is guarding the entrance. Daigon is sure that tent must belong to Ben, his supplier. You move closer to it. Okay, let Daigon do the talking. Your friend speaks with the orc for a while, then he opens the tent and lets you inside. A man is sitting on the ground, writing in a huge book. As soon as you enter, he closes the book and invites you to both sit down. I'm just gonna sit and listen. I'm gonna be quiet. Ben and Daigon talk business for a while, then you become the main topic of the conversation. Ben asks you who you are and if you've ever been through here before. Tell the truth. You tell him you're an adventurer. You travel to every corner of the realm to accomplish the most daring feats.
and not get any reward for it and not have any money for new gear. Ben asks if you ever have met a group of bandits around here. Wait. Okay, let's tell them. Ben listens to your story and reflects on it for a moment. Okay. It seems he's trying to recall something from his past. He chuckles a bit, then he clears his throat and continues talking. He probably knows about your actions in the village. Don't say anything, I'm just gonna leave him to talk. I'm just here to provide extra protection, as, you know, that's it. I'm gonna be here, I'm gonna watch out. You know, if anything happens, I'm gonna intervene. If not, I'm gonna shut up, and then when it's done, take my money and go. Dagon and Ben refine the details for tomorrow morning's exchange. You spend the night in the camp. A few hours after sunrise, the alchemical supplies are delivered. You meet with Ben for the exchange. Let Dagon pay and leave. I'm not doing anything here. I'm here for security. That's it. It was a pleasure doing business with you, says Ben, putting an end to the trade. You gather your things and begin the journey home. Alright, see? That was easy. That was straightforward. I got, you know, see? You have a future in business, alright? And I got 120 gold. Which I definitely need. I desperately need. Nice. Let's see what it says here. Recently, the Enchanters Elite have been at the heart of many rumors about alleged illegal activity which have been taken in the tower at the capital. Rumor has it, a large quantity of magical material, unauthorized by the crown, has been produced, but the elder archmage himself denies these accusations, claiming everything is as it should be. Wow. Really dangerous stuff happening. Alright, I'm going to go and get myself a better thingy here. Can't get the shield. See, I have to be a warrior. I have to have the warrior background. So I have the spear. I can't get anything else. I can get though You know what? I'm gonna get the hide armor. Yeah. Hey, nice! Look at me now! Look at me now. 10 health, 6 damage. I wish I could do more damage, but okay. Well, that's pretty cool. Alright, how much money left? 67. That's not enough for anything. The dragon. Really? Dragon. Average. A fallen brother. My shield brother companion fell in battle. I need help retrieving his body to take it back to the fortress. Lydia, shield sister. Yeah, but it's dangerous, so nope. 6 days, 7 days. The second gang raid is looking for volunteers to drive out the dragon in the swamp. Goblin invasion. So 10 health. I wish I had more money, really. It's like, can't I sell the stuff that I have? I can equip them. Okay, I wish I could sell them so I can get more cash for other stuff, but okay. Alright, one more mission. One more mission! Let's do one more mission. Let's do the dragon. Yes, let's do the dragon. Come on, everybody, do the dragon! It's like the monkey and... Oops, sorry. My microphone, sorry. Oh, this is definitely a new place. You reach the coast and embark on an orc ship. It is squared, has a flat bottom. Okay. This way we can head up the river. Goldun, the captain of the ship and leader of the orcs, tells you he is an old orc with a thick white beard and bald head. He introduces you to the orcs. We cannot fight together if we do not even know each other. he tells you as soon as you embark. The other orcs do not seem interested in your arrival. Some do not bother glancing. I mean, what do they care, right? Goldun stops in front of a big cage full of screaming goblins, each one leaning against another. After a few swings with a club on the cage bars, the rattle gets quiet. Goblins, all they do is make noise, he says with a half smile. Ask about the dragon, let's ask about it. We have to blame those pointy ears from the forest. They placed some spells on the river and have woken it up. He explains to you the woodland keepers admitted for being responsible, but rather than warning the kingdom about the appearance of dragons, they brought up the topic of local fauna growth. Huh, weird. Let's ask about the goblins. He tells you that the gangs searching the swamp always take spare goblins with them. The lizardmen are particularly gluttonous around them. Feeding the lizardmen is the only alternative to fighting them. Huh, that's cute actually. No one would miss a few goblins anyway, especially now that they are all over the kingdom's hills. Okay, ask about the lizardmen. The leader tells you they are like orcs, but they're shaped like lizards with mouths full of fangs, slimy and scale skin, no brain, primitive and stinky. They have haunted the swamp for a long while and they are a constant danger to the nearby cities. They breed incredibly fast, so quickly they cannot be exterminated. At last he proudly says that only orcs have proven their match in battle against them. Alright, the king charged Goldun and his men to drive the dragon away from the swamp or kill it if necessary. It is causing trouble for the nearby cities. For now it devours the livestock, but soon it could begin eating people and sowing caravans in villages. You don't joke with dragons, the leader says with a serious tone. Wow, I have 10 health now? That's weird. Only 10? Yeah, 10. Yeah, 10. Ask why they are sending just one team. Because when a little human sees a dragon, he runs. An orc, on the other hand, fights. Goldun continues his monologue about an orc's strength and courage. He barely hints at the Treaty of the Four Races. Everyone knows the treaty allows orcs to enter the kingdom in exchange for their savagery against the swamp lizardmen. The emergency of a dragon is clearly one of their duties. Interesting. So that's the deal. The orcs can come in here and if they fight like lizardmen and other creatures. Interesting. You thank Goldun for the conversation and go below deck to set your things beside a free cot. You hope it is going to be a brief journey. After a couple of days you reach the river's mouth and follow it for a stretch. Then you anchor the ship and together with Goldun and 5 orcs you start searching the swamp. The first day passes quickly. As the sun sets you stop on a drier clearing to arrange camp. The orc in charge of the goblin transport drops the heavy cage from his shoulders, causing the goblins to din. Help the orcs and talk with them a little. Yes, let's do that. You help your party members to set up the encampment. They do not talk with you. Perhaps because you belong to a small race. They give you the impression that they are skilled warriors and a close team. Hunting the dragon will not be a hard thing. Okay. Set your stuff down and prepare for the fight. You settle down and prepare dinner over the campfire. Goldun talks about tomorrow's plan. You will enter the lizardmen's territory. You should be fine thanks to the goblin prisoners. You arrange the night watch and go to sleep. When you wake the next morning, you reach for your staff and march onwards. As you venture deeper into the swamp, you hear loud roars in the distance. "Dragon! We're getting close!" Goldun yells. You keep walking until the leader from up front motions everyone to stop. All the orcs tense and prepare to draw their weapons. You hear a rustle between the trees and water moving around you. Then, massive scale creatures surface from around you. "Lizardmen!" Wait for orders. The lizardmen approach silently with rough spears. Goldun does not seem worried. The leader turns around in your direction and hints at the cage. Then 2 lizardmen separate from the group and take the goblins. The lizardmen slowly vanish into the swamp. You resume your journey. Wow. Another day passes, but you still have not found the dragon's lair. You resume your march at an early hour. You must be close, judging by the destruction around you. You carry on fast until the vanguard yells you to stop. You get close and find an orc struggling, trapped between the crushing Linus? What? I don't know what that is. The orc prays for you to give him a quick death. You all know that going to rescue him would be suicide, thus Goldun prepares to hurl a spear. Let Goldun kill the orc. The trapped orc grunts with pain. Goldun makes a sad sigh, then throws his spear into the orc's chest. One final breath and the orc warrior dies while the lioness continues crushing him. You resume your march. Wow. Okay, come on, let's find the dragon. After a few hours, you find fresh prints. It's the dragon, there are no doubts. It's the dragon, there's no doubt. Okay. You follow the tracks until arriving at the entrance of a mossy cavern. Goldun encourages you to keep your eyes open. You enter carefully. You wander for a while, noticing animal remains. Then you hear the sound of bones breaking and smell meat burning. You crouch under a large rock and stick your head out. You see a big green dragon feeding itself. The leader begins coordinating the attack. Listen to the instructions, let's see. As soon as Goldun explains his plan, the orcs move to make it happen. The first orc of the group leaves the hiding place, but the jet of flames incinerates him at once. I smell you once you entered my lair, a deep voice says. It is proper to enter someone's home without introducing yourself. Show yourselves. You glance over the rock and see the dragon standing on its paws with black smoke coming out of its nostrils. You leave your corner. The dragon looks at you up and down with interest. Its gaze lingers on you. Welcome to my humble home. Who are you? What are you looking for? Confess, your exposition sends. You say you are an adventurer accomplished by the valiant warriors of the Bloody Cell clan. You were sent to end the dangers caused by it. You're honest. Oh, so you say whatever. You're honest, and you are very brave to come tell me you are here to stop me. But I truly do not understand what harm you are talking about. I recently woke up, and I am eating to make myself pretty. Oh, pretty? Oh, pretty? Really? Male dragons like us fat. What? What? You explain the problem of the nearby cities, but the dragon will not stop without having something in exchange. Okay, wait. So she's eating so she can be thick for the male dragons? Okay. Ask what woke her up. It's the mating season. I smell dragon everywhere. There must be several around. It's like their smell impregnated the water, the soil, and the trees. And I don't even feel other females' presence. All of this is definitely due to the accident caused by the woods druids. No dragons were spotted in any other areas of the kingdom. You notice the dragon is now more relaxed. This is the right moment to make your offering. Wait. Says the king will send an army if it will not cooperate. Yes, I'm gonna tell that. Yes. You tell the dragon that not facing a whole army is a greater offer, but the dragon thinks differently. Is that so? Then I better decimate his troops. The dragon turns and lashes at you with her tail. You avoid a blow, but the large rock behind you is smashed to pieces. The orcs begin fighting by hurling javelins against the dragon. Let's fight with the orcs. Come on, I got hit. Great. You valiantly and tenaciously, you fight valiantly and tenaciously until you tire the dragon out. The beast is obliged to leave its nest and fly off to recover. You see it flying rapidly away in the clouds. Great job, pals! Goldun yells. We hope it learned its lesson. You heal your wounds before you head home. Wow! We did it! Kinda. The dragon won't be bothering anyone and will remember you for a while. Well, that's probably not good, but okay. Nice. We did it. Now we can go all the way back. Cool.
And let's see what this one says. Today we celebrate the great victory of brave warrior orcs and the adventurer who accompanied them. They answered the king's call and embarked to the swamp in order to face no less than a dragon. Thanks to their courage and preparation, they managed to tame the beast and provide peace and security to the nearby cities. Praise these brave people. Well, fallen brother, dragon, another dragon hunt, great. And this difficulty is dangerous now. Well, I'm not going to hunt any dragons anymore because it's been over 2 hours, so I'm gonna end it here, everyone. That was a first look, let's say. Yeah, it's pretty much a first look at Just One Line, the fantasy role-playing game from JOL Studios. As I mentioned, it is available on Steam for Windows and Linux. It's in early access, so it's not finished yet. There's going to be, well, probably more content, more balancing, more stuff. Hopefully more items that you can buy. I would really like the store to be, to have more stuff in it. And, I don't know, maybe to get more cash from missions. Because it's really like, it's really slow. It's pretty slow moving, getting new gear. So hopefully that's going to be the case, but you know, I kind of like it. There are a few, let's say, spelling mistakes around, maybe some weird ways that some sentences were written, but you know, overall the story, I like that it's interconnected. So you get a mission, and then you know you find something about a different mission, and it's all very much interweaved like that. So I really like that thing. It's not like, oh, I get a mission, I finish it, then I'm done, I don't care about it, anything like that. No. If you do a mission, it might be linked to another one, and then another one, or you know, you can find some information in one that will help you in another. So I think that's really cool. Hopefully that's going to be, you know, expanded on that. But overall, I don't know. I mean, maybe if I don't know, because you know, saying more choices means probably that they would have to rewrite some of the missions, but maybe that could be good in certain scenarios where, you know, give the player even more choice. Overall though, it's not bad. You have plenty of options, right, of how to deal with you know, with the different missions. But of course you will learn from what you do, right, because you don't know what's really going on or what can happen. So you know, replaying certain missions will definitely give you an advantage. And of course you can replay, no problem. You can retire your heroes at any point in time and make a new one. And of course you can make ones with you know, different races, different backgrounds, and of course you need to unlock all the backgrounds, so that's important. Keep that in mind. But I don't know, I think it's really cool. Let's say it's very cool how it's been put in practice, right? Because we know text-based stuff, right? A lot of text, a lot of, you know, clicky choices, but you have more RPG elements here because you can get you know, all the armor, you have all the reputation with various factions. You have again this intertwined missions. You have what else do you have? Oh, and the visuals, because that's really cool. I mean, it's not a very big thing, but it definitely makes the game more lively because, you know, whenever you go somewhere, it pans to somewhere else, to a new place, like the swamp or a village or the graveyard, or, you know, like a city in the woods. So that's a village in the woods. So I think that's really cool. So it's a really nice touch. Hopefully there's gonna be more stuff, basically, because it's an early access, so it's not finished. Yeah, I mean, it does say, let's see, version 0.12.0.0p. So from what I'm seeing, the game is going to be in early access for quite some time. I know it launched in early July, on July 10th, and according to its early access page, well, Steam page, the plan was for it to be in early access in 9 to 12 months. I'm thinking it's going to be like 12. But that's not the bad thing, and you know, you can play it right now. seems to be quite a bit of content, probably more than, well, I don't know, but I played for 2 hours, and there's more stuff to do, of course, in the game, and you know, all the races that you can try and unlock, obviously, and yeah, content wise I think it's pretty good, and it's $9.99, so check it. It is available right now, as I mentioned, for Windows and Linux, powered by Unity Engine. Just one line from JOL Studios. Thanks so much everyone for watching. If you like this live stream, please give a thumbs up really quick, and if you like the other content I put on the channel, subscribe, tell your friends about it, tell everyone you know about it, everyone who's interested in PC gaming. And also, if you want to support me, you know, obviously check out the back catalog. That would be really cool, because you'll probably find other games that you'll like. And you can also support me by using the Amazon links in the description below whenever you buy anything from Amazon, or you know, it's local sites, let's say, and a small percentage of the money that you pay for stuff using those links will hopefully reach me and, you know, support the channel financially. Oh, and all of that is at no cost to you, so you don't pay more for stuff if you use the affiliate links. Thanks again everyone for watching. Thanks everyone from JOL Studios for being here, and I'll see you again very soon, hopefully. Maybe this weekend. Maybe I'm gonna do another live stream. We'll have to see. Definitely more videos. I have to do more of those. Thanks again everyone for watching, and until the next time we see each other, have an awesome weekend.